Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio, everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi video. And we are back a little less than 12 hours after the announcement of the 10th project for the 10th anniversary of Danmachi for a community reaction. I'm going to be going over the comments of my video, and along with it, we're going to be checking out the subreddit's thoughts. And of course, along with that, we're going to be checking out the JP fanbase's thoughts under the Twitter account for Danmachi. So of course, if you guys going to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi content, light novels, manga, anime, games, you name it, we will be covering it on this channel. And of course, let me know in the comment section down below if you have any additional thoughts in regards to the 10th anniversary's 10th project. Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you haven't been able to leave a comment down below, maybe you're just waking up or something, let me know your thoughts of the 10th project down below in the comment section as well. Now, before we get into the community reaction, I should probably do a little bit of a TLDR on not only just the 10th project, but my thoughts on the 10th project, because it has been obviously a little bit of time since I recorded my previous video. And of course, in that video, I had very specific thoughts in regards to this 10th project, and I wasn't happy whatsoever. But of course, I've had time to process it, and I've had time to think about certain things, and I want to talk about those things before we get into the community reaction. So I'll just take about 2 to 3 minutes of this video to go over that. So first and foremost, TLDR, what is the 10th project? The 10th project is basically a live event that is going to be taking place in the suburbs of Tokyo on the 4th of November 2023. So later this year, there is going to be a live event, and that is our 10th project. Honestly, I am still quite disappointed. So in the morning when I reacted to the the announcement and everything, if you want to check out that video, it's up on the channel. But basically, I set up everything like 5 minutes to go for the announcement. I hit that record button and I was kind of gassing myself up. I just woke up, okay? I had literally just woken up. Today's a holiday for me. I had no early morning classes, so I was taking my own sweet time and waking up. I had just woken up like half an hour before that, and I was like, okay, let's get into the zone, let's get into the mood. I hyped myself up for like 4 to 5 minutes at the start of the video, only to get hit with this. And I'm still disappointed, to be quite honest. Like I mentioned in that video, and I mentioned earlier on, I am very much disappointed with the way they executed this, to be quite honest. Because frankly speaking, a live event, while really, really nice, it is not deserving of a final project announcement. And this is the same issue I had with various other franchises that have done this beforehand. For example, I remember Persona doing this for their 25th anniversary. They just said, oh, our final project is a concert. Have fun, guys. And it's like, really? Is that it? And they even doubled down by saying there was going to be nothing new announced at the concert. So I was like, all right, brilliant. And a lot of other people felt the same way as well. They were like, all right, fantastic. Thanks for wasting our time with the 25th anniversary, Atlas. Thank you so much. And it feels somewhat similar to that. Now, the only difference is that we don't know what's going to be announced here. There is a very good chance we might see something getting announced here, and I'll talk about that in just a moment, but there is a very good chance that something will be announced here. So far, all they've said is that it's a live event. It's taking place in the suburbs of Tokyo on the 4th of November, and we're going to get some performers on that we will talk about later down the line. Now, performers could mean anything, right? And again, I want to refer to this again in just a moment, but performers could mean anything. It could be singers. I cannot wait to hear Saju no Hana for the 90th time. I swear down, I'm tired now of hearing Saju no Hana. I've had to hear in Danmachi Battle Chronicle, I had to hear in Danmimo, and now I still have to hear in the main Danmachi stuff. So I'm expecting Saju no Hana for sure as a singer to come and perform, of course, right? Probably get Sayori Hayami and maybe some of the other VAs to perform as well. But I also expect the other VAs to come in as well for the live event potentially, and maybe there is an announcement through that, or they're gonna do something, maybe enact some voice lines or something. It's very possible, right? So in that regards, it's going to be a fun event, but it still isn't a final project worthy thing. You know, whenever it comes to a final project, it has to be a new, sort of like announcement for something that's going to be coming up that is actually, tangible in a way, if you know what I mean. Like, it has to be something that's actually a work in progress, and we're actually going to deliver it to you guys, and it's going to be a piece of material. It's going to be a piece of media, especially when it comes to like a franchise like Danmachi, Persona, Sonic, whatever you name it, right? It has to be delivering some form of media, in my personal opinion, when it comes to the final big project. It has to be an anime, game, light novel, manga. I even said this in the morning. I wouldn't have even minded it if Omori said, oh yeah, I've got 6 more in me and I'm gonna write 6 more light novels. I really wouldn't have minded that. because right now we're kind of in the dark about what this is going to entail necessarily. Now, of course, like I said, I think there is a very good chance that we might still get something announced here, but the fact that we don't know if it's even confirmed that we're going to get something announced here means we're just building up expectations for something that might not even happen, right? And honestly, the way I would have done this, right, assuming something big is going to be announced here, right? Let's say they said that, or let's say they didn't say anything, but let's assume that they had plans to announce something big, but they couldn't right now because it's not ready, or whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be. I don't know what the situation is, but let's say they wanted to announce a new anime, right? For example, what I would have done from a PR perspective, because honestly, I don't think this was a good PR move of just announcing a live event and giving no information otherwise, right? But I think what I would have done, right, what I would have personally done in this situation is I would have said, okay, in the morning, 9 a.m. this morning, 9 a.m. BST for me, 5 p.m. GST, I would have said, all right, the 10th project is going to be split into two parts. The first part is a live event on the 4th of November 2023, and then along with it, I would have made a part 2 saying that there is going to be a special announcement that we cannot reveal right now, but it will be unveiled at this live event. I think that would have been so much more hype because we would have known guaranteed we're gonna get something in November, right? It would have built up that hype, because right now we're just now kind of like assuming there is gonna be something announced here, but it's a very good chance of the other thing happening where nothing is announced, right? So that's a little bit of a problem. Now, on top of that, I've been seeing people say that they might announce a live action sort of like show slash movie for Danmachi because they said performers. Performers can mean a range of things. Like I said, it could be singers, dancers, VAs, so on and so forth. So I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I don't think we're going to get a live action. I'm expecting to see some comments on the Reddit and stuff potentially crop up about a live action. So we'll probably talk about it again later down the video. But I don't think that's going to happen necessarily. Now, my thoughts on this a bit after, around 10, 11 hours after the announcement and everything. And now that I'm woken up and everything, I'm okay with it. I'm not the most angry about this situation. I'm not angry about it at all. There is an element of disappointment for sure, right? I don't think anybody can doubt that. You can tell it by my voice and my expressions. If you see today's video in the morning when I woke up and reacted to that, the energy levels went from here all the way down to down here, basically. It just plummeted straight down. And obviously in the morning I was super disappointed because I was like, you woke me up for this, and I was like very frustrated. In hindsight, I would have probably been a little bit more excited had I been a bit more awake and a bit more ready. I think I would have been like, ooh, a live event is always very exciting. And usually they, announce stuff at live events. This is the reason why I'm going to be assuming. I'm going to have that expectation. Personally, I will have that expectation. I'll absolutely understand if people don't have this expectation, of course, right, of them announcing something here. But I'm okay with having that expectation, and I'm okay with being potentially disappointed. But usually whenever it comes to a Danmimo Fez or, like, for example, a Danmachi live event or whatever, they usually announce something, right? And for me personally, I think if they do announce something here, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, and I'm excited to just watch the event itself. It'll probably be like a 3 or 4 hour long event, I would assume, maybe a little bit less. But I'm very excited to experience it, and I'm very excited to see what they'll have in store for us, of course, and obviously a potential announcement. So I'm okay with it now, but I am still a little bit disappointed. I can be that, of course, and you can be angry, you can be disappointed, you can be happy with it, whatever it may be. You can be any of the emotions I mentioned. Nobody's gonna judge you. I don't think anybody should judge you for being happy or sad about this. Don't take other people's thoughts on your opinions into consideration, is what I'm trying to say here. So keep that in mind, okay guys? Keep that in mind. All right, let's check out the video comments and see first and foremost what my community, the YouTube community, thinks about all of this. So I said in the video, I made a post saying I will be doing a community reaction later today, so feel free to leave your thoughts on this down below. Ordinary 9776 says they really make the expectations really high. This better be a movie from one of the anniversaries or something. I think the expectations are going to be pushed a little bit higher potentially now because of the fact that it's a live event and everything. I think it is fair. I think for some people to have super high expectations from here on out. I would necessarily be a little bit cautious here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what people feel about this. Are they going to go in with expectations or not? Of course, I'm seeing like people like Ordinary have high expectations. I know some others probably won't have the same amount of expectations. So very interesting. I think, yeah, it probably has to be a movie or something. I think at this point it has to be just a movie or anime. I don't think anybody else and people will accept anything less, to be quite honest. I am very curious if they're delaying the announcement because it's possible that, with Sword Oratoria 12 being the anniversary in Danmimo, I wonder if they're seeing, how well the Danmimo players and the Danmachi fans playing Danmimo are receiving Sword Oratoria, and maybe they're delaying the confirmation that they're gonna be developing a Sword Oratoria anime because of that. Maybe, it's very possible that that might be the case, right? It is very possible that that might be the case, because one of the things I've learned about, Japanese studios and stuff like that, and production committees, when it comes to Fate, Danmachi, whatever you name it, they base a lot of their decisions on data and analytics. If they don't suggest that it's going to be a positive response, they don't do it. They absolutely do not do it. And of course, sometimes those decisions don't pan out, but that's because of their own incompetence, because they didn't choose the right studio or they didn't choose the right team and stuff like that. But more often than not, they decide only based on the analytics and the responses. The reason why we realistically got Danmachi Season 2 and Danmachi Season 3 in the first place, to be quite honest, because remember, there's a 4-year hiatus between Danmachi Season 1 and Danmachi Season 2. And also on top of that, Sword Oratoria Season 1's failure, I'm pretty sure the Danmachi production team were like, hell nah, we ain't making a Danmachi Season 2, bro. But because of how successful Danmimo was at the time, the first 2 years of Danmimo were super successful. And then on top of that, you had, of course, the light novels doing extremely well. So with that, I think they decided, you know what, we'll put Danmachi Season 2 into production, basically. Of course, the anime, they still flopped because, like I said, they didn't choose the right amount of episodes. They didn't give JC staff the time and money and the investment required to go and push for a good season of Danmachi until Season 4 came along. They only did it in Season 4, arguably. But basically, that's the idea. You need to invest the right amount of time and money, and they only do it if there is a good response to it. So maybe that's what's happening. We're waiting for not Season 2. We're waiting for Sword Oratoria 12 to end in Danmimo, and they can see like, oh, was it a good response? Was it a bad response? And then they can take it from there. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking it, potentially. Possibly overthinking it. Oh My King says, I swear they keep us waiting for quite long, 4 months. Like, really? This better be good and big. Otherwise, I'm heavily disappointed. And this is the reason why I'm saying try and go in with low expectations and just enjoy what we're going to get. And probably enjoy the orchestra / music we're going to get. And then the enactions we'll get. But it has to be something. A live event usually means that they're gonna announce something. It has to mean something, right? We'll see. Ultramarine says, the moment Galeriot uses Yandex Translate to translate an image is absolutely hilarious. So, of course, I know some Japanese. I'm not well versed with it. I'm relearning Japanese quite a bit now again. I'm using books and, of course, Duolingo to try and get back into the groove of things. I've not used Japanese since... I've not learned Japanese, I should say, since 2018, 2019, I think. Of course, not since the pandemic. Definitely not since the pandemic. But I basically used the Yandex translator in the morning to just double check and confirm if this image was what I thought it was saying. Because I know this says Danmachi and whatnot. I was like, let me just make sure I am right? Because no, this is something else. Ihe... something. I don't know. I'm still very, very rough with the Japanese translation. I need to go over like my letterings and stuff. I have like a book I've written my letters and stuff where I'm practicing again and again and trying to remember all the letters and stuff. I'm going through katakana right now. I've just fully learned hiragana, so I'm going through katakana right now. But basically, yeah, what I was trying to say was I just used Yandex. I didn't have DeepL set up, so I just used Yandex. I know Ultramarine is teasing me a little bit here, but basically I was just too lazy to set it up, and it was too early in the morning for me to set up something like DeepL or something, which probably would have done it a lot better, because the translation in the morning gave me nothing. But I knew it was the Danmachi live event that they were announcing, basically. John Doe says right here, bro, their PR game is rough right now. I bet the next announcement is going to be the delay of the luxury event halfway through the countdown to the event. I don't think that's going to happen unless there's a huge COVID outbreak or something crazy like that, where they're being very, very cautious with something. There's not going to be a delay with this. I don't think so, at least, unless they can't get the people maybe or something. Who knows? Because you never know. Some things could happen. Terrible things could happen. Knock on wood. doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, I mentioned it in the video itself. The PR game so far, it's been kind of like downhill a little bit for Danmachi right now, right? Because we were riding off the hype of season 4 Battle Chronicle announcement, Neowiz game announcement. The light novels were releasing hand over fist, and obviously we were on a little bit of a high, right? Obviously, at the same time, we were also experiencing a little bit of a depression, a little bit of a downhill trend as well. Frost Story is shutting down. Danmimo's letter to everybody saying that they were going to do no story content after the anniversary, right? They were still going to release units and stuff, but basically no story content equals inevitable end of service, right? Not, I wouldn't say immediately after the anniversary, but 7-8 months down the line, right? Then of course after that, a lot of people, not only on Reddit but in Discord and other platforms, especially in the West, were absolutely trashing Omori Sensei's writing, which I still think it's a little bit of an over exaggeration. I've read through the translations, I've done spoiler talks about a lot of the light novels that I've released recently, and I feel like people are kind of over exaggerating it, but each to their own. It's very subjective, but people aren't very happy with Omori Sensei's writing recently. So and Battle Chronicle got delayed as well, mind you. Battle Chronicle also got delayed as well, so it's not been the most greatest of times to be a Danmachi fan, but who knows, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll be on an upward trend after Battle Chronicle releases. Will be on the upward trend. I mean, so far it's been good. SO12 has been really good in Danmimo. I've been enjoying that game adaptation. I think you guys should probably listen to it if you can on YouTube. I think you'll really enjoy it. And then of course we're gonna get Battle Chronicle, and like I said, the live event is coming, so hopefully we're on an upward trend from here on out. I was hoping today's announcement would be the start of that upward trend, but honestly it's pushed it a little bit down as well still, right? So yeah, slightly disappointed, but I'm American. Maybe Japanese anniversaries work like this. Let the people celebrate in person with the VAs, author, the artists, the producers, etc. Can't wait to see it. I think that is true. I think that is very true as well. I think maybe the Japanese will like this a lot more. I haven't seen their responses yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think maybe they just work like this. Maybe they appreciate it more than we do, of course, in America. But the thing is, I still feel like they'll probably still be slightly disappointed, because I feel like a live event like this could have been easily the 9th or 8th project. Heck, I think this 9th project should have been just tagged on to the first project of the 6 light novels, and 1 per month basically, right? And it should have been attached to that rather than this. And this could have been project 9, and project 10 could have been whatever they announced at the live event, right? I think it could have been something like that, but we'll see. I'm disappointed, but it could be worse. It could be an orchestra. I guess I'm the only one who loves live orchestra performances. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind them singing and stuff. They will definitely sing. They will have performances from Saju no Hana, like I said, Sayori Hayami and stuff. I definitely do expect that. But yeah, I can see that. That is funny. That is funny though. Let them cook is what Liami says, and I can understand that. I think we should let them cook. Let's see what they have in store for us. Maybe though, we should be honest and say that potentially we might be letting Omori Sensei cook a little bit too much now. Potentially. I want to see if there's anything held for review. No, just making sure. I would have cut it from the video or blurred it out in case, because you never know. Sometimes when we put it in held for review, it's just because there's a bad swear word in there or something, right? Okay, let's take a look at the subreddit. We'll come back to the Twitter account in just a moment. Let's take a look at the subreddit. So, Winter Familia, who's been advocating for a season 5 announcement for a very long time, not only in the subreddit but in my comments as well, said that the no season 5 announcement. There will be an event coming out soon. So let's see what everybody has to say. So Ilmat says, yesterday they announced that today they were going to announce the 10th project, and the 9th project is an event where they're probably going to announce things. Yes, that's my biggest issue with this, is it's basically an announcement to an announcement. And even though the idea I had earlier on where you split up the 10th project into 2 parts, it still would have been an announcement to an announcement. But I think we would have been confirming that, there is still something on the radar, right? It's not like, we're just guessing and assuming that there might be something that will be announced there. But of course, I think a lot of people are expecting it, including myself. So yeah, laughing emoji. Me yesterday for the excited for the 10th project, heart eye emoji. Me now the 10th project comes in November. Well, technically this is the 10th project, but announcement for during the live event will probably come in November, unfortunately. They can't keep getting away with this. They can't keep getting away with this. But yeah, it is. It's just how it is. I responded on the Reddit post as well, saying, Lamau, even. It's an announcement to an announcement, basically, just whatever, but it shouldn't have been gassed up this much for the final project. They really said we'll copy Persona's 25th anniversary Lamau. Yeah, they should have just announced this normally and say the 10th project is going to be revealed here. That's also an alternative. I think that could have been something good as well. I wouldn't have minded it as much if they said like yesterday, right? Or I think it was on Monday or Sunday. I think it was on Monday or Sunday they said that, oh, this Friday we're going to drop this project, right? We're going to be announcing something on Friday, 7/7/2023. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But if instead they said on that day, on Monday, they said, we are ready to announce the 10th project, but we want some more time to refine it and everything, or we want to make it big, so we're going to be hosting a live event in November, and we're going to have performers, and we're going to have VAs and stuff like that, and we're going to make the big announcement there. I think everybody would have been happy as well with that, honestly. Hopefully they announce season 5 on that day. No. Okay, so this is something I should probably clear up for a lot of the fan base, because I feel like a lot of people are expecting a season 5 announcement. Don't expect a season 5 announcement. I want to reiterate it, and I actually commented it on somebody's comment here. Let me go down here basically. Okay, so somebody said, why no season 5? Do they want to wait for the light novels and to sell first and then adapt it? And as per Zeus pretty much not confirms, he doesn't confirm anything, but he pretty much clarifies the reason why we're not gonna get season 5. It's because the anime has almost catched up to the light novel, considering they animate about 3 novels per season. There's volume 15, 16, 17, but volume 17 and 18 should be one. But it was too long when they animate the parts, so they have to animate season 5. They'll have to animate 4 volumes. So for me, I don't think they'll have to animate 4 volumes. And what he's trying to say here, basically, I assume English is not his first language. That's absolutely fine. But what he's trying to say here is 17 and 18 are basically one part, effectively. I mean, that was the idea, actually. Amori Sensei even said it, that 17 and 18 were supposed to be one novel, but they had to split it up because it was just getting too long. And the thing is, right, 16, 17, 18 is one arc. 15 I don't think will get adapted, to be quite honest. It'll be like volume 8 where we'll probably get a scene or 2, but that's about it. I don't think we're gonna get volume 15 adapted. That being said though, once volume 18 is caught up to, we're done. There is volume 19 is coming in September, and then Amori Sensei, I'm assuring you guys, he's probably gonna take a long break, bro. He's been writing a novel every single month since October, even before that probably, because getting it edited down and published and everything will probably take you a month before or something. So technically he's probably been writing a light novel every single month since like probably August or September of last year, right? So honestly speaking, I don't see us getting it animated, and I say it right here basically. This is exactly the reason. There's been many anime, not just Danmachi, that would catch up with the source material and then be stuck because they want the source material to go ahead and, progress on because they've caught up to it. Or alternatively, they would be forced to change the end for the anime entirely and make it separate from the source material. The latter would happen a lot in the 2000s. This is something that actually happened in the 2000s a lot. Some examples are Full Metal Alchemist and Shaman King, right? Where they caught up to the, manga / source material, and then they changed the ending. They just changed the ending entirely. For the anime, of course, because they had to progress on. And a lot of anime, what they do is if they catch up to the source material, and this is something Naruto, Dragon Ball as well were notorious for back in the day, is they would just chuck in filler basically to kind of go for a slight detour. So if let's say this is the manga, my left hand, or right for you guys, I think it would be. Let me just check. No, it's the left. Yeah, my right for you guys, and my right is the anime. So this is the anime. This is the manga. So right now they're going like this, like this, like this, or they're going like this, like this, like this, and then the manga takes a break. So it catches up, it catches up, it catches up. But what Naruto and Dragon Ball would do is they would go all the way like this, like this, like this, like this, do some filler stuff while the manga keeps going on for a while, and then it would progress backwards. So effectively, that's the other thing. That's the other thing anime production companies would do, instead of having to stop the anime entirely for a period of time, or changing the ending and stuff. So I don't think Danmachi is going to do that. This is something that would happen a lot in the 2000s. It rarely happens nowadays, to be quite honest. And what they do is instead they just stop, or they do some spin-off stuff. It's one of the things that Konosuba has done recently. They've done their spin-off with Union and Megumin, of course, and now they're going back to season 3, of course. Obviously Konosuba has finished, so they're a-okay with carrying it on, to be fair, right? But when it comes to Danmachi, what they're gonna have to do is, in my personal opinion, is they're gonna have to start doing some of the spin-offs. They're gonna have to do some of the episode Ryu Freya stuff, or they can do Sword Art Rotoria again, finally, please. And again, this is the reason why I feel like they need to, have some more faith in Sword Art Rotoria and actually execute it properly this time, because it can work. Sword Art Rotoria can work. And then, of course, I expect potentially a Danmachi Memoria Freese anniversary to get adapted into anime format. So that's what I said. The best route for Danmachi in terms of anime is to adapt their other stuff and leave S5 for now. So that's what I said, basically. And that's the reason why I don't think Season 5 is going to get announced. Lame, basically a bait and switch. Danmachi has a dedicated fandom that deserves a little bit better than this. There are so many fandoms that experience stuff like this. I get it. I get the frustration, but it's not just Danmachi that experiences this. Do I think, we're such a small community? Do we deserve better? Maybe, but I feel like we don't deserve more than any other fandom. Every fandom deserves to have a good reception and a good level of appreciation from the production committee. But of course, these guys have to execute what they want to, and they gotta do what they want to do. Bet it's a live action? I don't think so. I really don't think so at all. It just doesn't work. It wouldn't work, really. When it comes to action adventures, I feel like it's very, very rare for a action adventure anime to be adapted really well into a live action. I think romance and rom-coms are pretty easy, not necessarily action adventures. Don't think so. Yeah, I hope there is a live stream till then. Luckily, the game be out soon. Just keep waiting. Yes, Battle Chronicle will be out next month, so excited for that at least. Well, what is the chances that this event will have a few announcements, like the in-between seasons over, maybe another movie, next Familiar Chronicles event, novels, merchandise? It's very possible. I think we could get all of these things. It's very, very likely. Yo, that's the day after my birthday, but man, I was really hoping for season 5 announcement for like winter 2023 or something. Again, no season 5. That's a tad disappointing, isn't it? Announcing and when they will have a big announcement date, that's just about it, basically. But yeah, effectively, that's the subreddit's thoughts. Now, let's go over to the Japanese Twitter account and see what the Japanese community thinks about all of this. Let's take a quick look at all of this and check out what they think about this situation. So let's see. So let's check Nora first. What does Nora have to say? I'll stretch it out. Expectations will rise accordingly. So already somebody is feeling the same way, basically. Basically saying, I'll be fine stretching it out, but my expectations are gonna go up accordingly. Let's see what this person has to say. Please make pachinko again. I mean, a pachinko wouldn't be a bad idea. Stories thinks it's kind of related to second anniversary of Danmachi Memoria Freese. I just realized I understood that. Okay, so I can speak a little bit of I can read a little bit of Japanese, but basically they're referring to the second anniversary of Danmimo, the curtains and all. It's possible. It is possible. Maybe. Who knows? Is there a movie? Question mark. We'll see. Megumin over here says, Fun, please decide on the production of the movie or the 5th season. A lot of people in Japan want the movie. A lot of people want a movie. I'm looking forward to it. So, positive responses so far. Let's see. Enjoy the event. There will be I assume I hope there will be various announcements of other movie adaptations. I don't think that person is actually confirming that we're gonna get a movie adaptation, unless we managed to just discover that somebody is gonna, somebody's just leaked the fact that there's gonna be a movie announcement in the next couple of months. It's too dangerous, isn't it? No idea what that means. We move along. So what does this person say? I'll stretch it out. I'm sure there will be some announcements at this event. I'm looking forward to opening my schedule for November 4th. A little over 4 months is a long time. So I think a lot of people have the same feeling, like it's a little too far away. But we're still relatively excited about it. And we're willing to stretch it out. What are you waiting for? Yeah, some people are also like, come on, just give us the news. Give us the news piece, just give us the news piece. at this event a new work was announced. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see. I think the JP community has very similar thought processes and feelings towards this as well. Advisor Lorne feels the same, basically said the same thing. 10th and final announcement for the 10th anniversary campaign is a special event. A lot of people feel the same way. Yeah, it is pretty much very, very similar. We've got a Danmimo player here. Is it more exciting to announce during the event than to announce it on a normal tweet? That is true. That is a very good point to make. Is it better to make that big final announcement, whatever it's going to be, during a live event? Or could they have just tweeted it out, or maybe made a video? I think they could have easily made it a video and it would still have been very exciting. I was preparing for a video, like a video announcement or something. Maybe Matsuoka and Inori Minase coming and sitting down and just making an announcement for something. I think it would have been a little bit better potentially, right? I think that would have been way better. This is amazing. Some people are happy about it. Fair enough. This is something this is something I was expecting. When we spoke about it earlier on, when somebody commented that, I think it was Mac Diesel who commented saying, maybe I'm American, but maybe in JP they really appreciate all of these things and they'll enjoy it, right? So maybe that's just how it is. Maybe these guys really do enjoy these events and these live events, and potentially we might get an announcement there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you guys have any further additional thoughts that you guys want to add maybe to this topic potentially, right? Yeah, I think, this is something people... Is there any information about Sword Art Online Season 2? A lot of people want that as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you have any other further additional thoughts, or if you have anything new to mention, or if you haven't been able to give your own thoughts down below in the comments, feel free to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.